Hello, my name is Darren Alff from BicycleTouringPro.com, and I'm currently in Krakow, Poland at the moment. For the last 7 months I've been bicycle touring around Europe, and in this video I'm going to show you how I pack the panniers on my bicycle, these red bags that you see on the bike behind me. The first thing we'll do is unpack the bike. You'll note that there are 4 panniers, 2 front, 2 rear, and a handlebar bag. First I'll unpack the handlebar bag, then the 2 front panniers, and then the 2 rear. I'll finish by removing the bag containing my tripod and tent poles, and conclude by removing the small solar panel from the back rack. Again, there's 1 handlebar bag, 2 front panniers, 2 rear panniers, a solar panel, a bungee cord, and a bag containing my tripod and tent poles. We'll start by unpacking the handlebar bag. Inside you'll see that I'm carrying an iPod Touch, which I keep right on the top so I can access it quickly. I use that to listen to music and also to navigate. I've got a set of earphones so I can listen to music. I've got my headlamp so I can see in my tent at night. That's easy to access very quickly. I've got a pair of sunglasses with a plastic covering over them so that they don't get scratched. I've got a small point-and-shoot digital camera. I've got a much larger SLR still and video camera. And this is a unique item. This is a viewfinder for my camera so that you can see the screen better in bright sunlight. It's used mainly for video. I keep that in a plastic bag just to protect it, and it's in the handlebar bag so that it's protected and easy to access. I've also got a set of keys, bike keys for my bike lock. I've got a pen and my wallet, which contains credit cards, cash, etc. And all of these items go back into the handlebar bag just the same way that they came out. Viewfinder at the bottom, big camera on the left, smaller camera down at the bottom, headlamp on top of that, sunglasses, earphones, and iPod Touch. It should be noted at this point that you won't necessarily be carrying the same items on your bicycle tour or packing your panniers in exactly the same way. Use the information in this video as a guide, but not necessarily a die-hard set of rules that you need to follow. On the side of the bag you'll notice there's 2 small mesh pockets, and in these pockets I keep a few important things like my multi-tool, tire levers, a lighter in case I want to make a fire. At the bottom of that bag are some rack screws, which I use to replace the screws on the rear racks and water bottle cages of my bicycle. And that other bag is a patch kit. Now the front panniers. So I have a small toiletry case. All of my toiletries fit in that one case except for that camp towel. Further inside the bag are almost all of my clothes. So there's a jersey, my riding shorts, a couple t-shirts, a pair of pajama bottoms, sweatpants kind of, another shirt, etc. Further down in the bag at the very bottom are 2 spare inner tubes. They're at the bottom because you don't access those on a daily basis. and so they just kind of sit down there until you need them. There's also a bike pump, which I just pulled out, And there's a small inner pocket here that I use to store some laundry detergent. On the outside of this bag is another small mesh pocket, and inside here I keep my pant leg protector. This is a small Velcro strap that goes around the right pant leg on my pants when I'm riding my bike in long pants, and I carry that and use it so that my pant legs don't get caught in the chain as I ride. If you're riding in the summer, you don't necessarily need a pant leg protector. So now we'll jump into this other bag. Inside here is my rain jacket, much larger rain jacket, a smaller fleece jacket that's for warmth, and then in the bottom of this bag is a small collection of underwear and socks. And again, just like the handlebar bag, everything in these two bags goes back into the panniers the same way that they came out. So the socks always go in the bottom of the pannier, the jacket always goes on top of that, the rain jacket goes on top. And the rain jacket's on top of this pannier because that's the jacket you're going to want to access most frequently probably. If it starts to rain, you want to get that quickly, and so that's why it's on top. And the underwear, for example, is on the bottom. I should also point out that both of these panniers are not entirely full, although they may look like it in the video. There's actually about a quarter of the bag that's empty in each of these panniers. And this is important to note because this empty room is used to store food, which you'll see I'm not actually carrying any food in this video. But once you hit the road, it is important to have room to carry food. So when you're packing your bags, make sure that there is some extra room inside your panniers for food storage. And again, you close the panniers up just the way that they started, and you're done. Here we're going to take a look at the left rear pannier. This is the pannier that I store my camping gear in. Almost all of my camping gear is in this one bag, including my bike lock. And the key is stored with the bike lock so that I can pull it all out and access it in one easy swoop. There's also my sleeping mat, my tent, and finally the larger winter sleeping bag that I'm carrying. Inside this rear mesh pocket there is a small bottle of chain lube, and I keep that on the outside, one for easy access, but two in case it opens and spills. I don't want it to be spilling inside my bag with clothing or food or my sleeping bag, etc. So that's kept on the outside. And then again, just like the other bags, everything goes back in the same spot every single time so that I know where those items are anytime I need to access them. Sleeping bag, tent, sleeping mat, and then I'll finish this bag off by putting the lock and key in. Finally, the right rear pannier. This is where I keep my important electronic devices. So first, there's two small Ziploc bags here that contain a whole bunch of miscellaneous items. You'll see I have a small wrench, a pedal wrench, some battery chargers for my cameras, spare batteries, etc. In this other bag I have a cable so that I can access the internet. I have my GoPro video camera, a couple more spare batteries, etc., etc. Various electronic items. Then I have, believe it or not, a spare set of shoes in here. These are my walking shoes, not my cycling shoes. And inside these shoes I have a couple more things, an extra pair of socks, a face mask, a beanie for colder weather, and that all stuffs inside my shoes before I stuff my shoes inside the panniers. Then inside this rear pannier I have a small backpack. And inside this backpack are all my electronic items that I don't want to get wet or broken. I am actually carrying 2 small external hard drives. So there's one. I keep that in the upper outer pocket of the bag. And I keep the other external hard drive down in the bottom of this bag. Inside the backpack there are also the charger and universal power converter for my laptop. And here's the laptop, and inside the outer case is my passport and a bunch of various documents. I keep the passport with my laptop here because I'm not accessing my passport on a daily basis, and I don't want it in my handlebar bag where I might accidentally knock it out onto the road or something, so I keep it hidden away with my laptop. And just like all the other panniers, I pack this one up just the way it's always packed so that I know where everything is when I need to access it on the road. So the backpack goes in first, followed by my shoes, followed by the electronic items. It should also be noted that I carry my laptop and electronics in my right rear pannier for a reason. I do this because when I'm leaning my bicycle up against a fence, for example, I lean the bike up against the right side of the bike. That's the side with the derailleur and the chain and everything on it. So that if the bike were to fall over while it's leaning up against the fence, it falls onto its left side and doesn't damage itself. It doesn't damage the derailleur, and it doesn't damage my computer or other electronic devices. Alright, so the rear rack. On the rear rack there are just a few items. There's the solar panel. This is a voltaic fuse solar panel, and it contains a small battery that you use to charge your devices. I also have a small mirror in here so that I can see myself every couple days and see what I look like. And then there's some adapters and other things that are stored in here. Inside this long skinny bag are my tent poles, which don't quite fit in that rear left pannier with the rest of the camping equipment. And also my tripod, which you aren't seeing in this video because I'm using the tripod to shoot the video. And then there's this one single bungee cord which I use to secure the solar panel and the tent poles and tripod to the rear rack of my bicycle. So let's pack the bike up again and see what this all looks like.